What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Restoration with Vick. For today's episode, we're going to be working on the shoes that started it all, the 1985 Chicago 1s. As you can see, these need a lot of TLC. For example, we're going to be giving the shoes a deep clean, removing some of the yellowing off the midsoles, repainting these uppers, and removing the creasing. It's going to be a long process, so let's just get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is remove the shoelaces, the insole, and insert our rejuvenator adjustable shoe tree. Alright, so for this deep cleaning, we're going to be using Rejuvenator's 3-brush 4-ounce kit. We'll be using the suede brush for the uppers and the sole brush for the midsoles. Alright, so we got a good decent amount of cleaning on the uppers and soles. Now we're going to move on back to the suede brush to clean these tongues. Alright, so we're all done with the deep cleaning process. As some of you guys may have noticed, I didn't clean the ankle area just because of how fragile it is. If I go over with the brush, it might potentially damage it. So we're going to go ahead and let these dry for a few hours, come back, and deoxidize the soles. Alright, so the shoes are fully clean now. The next thing we're going to do is remove the yellowing off these soles. We're going to be using some Salon Care 40 and some Saran Wrap. The way this product works, you either need the sun or some UV ray lights. For this case, we'll be using my indoor setup. Alright, so we're back after removing the yellowing off the midsoles. Check them out. Each side took about 2 hours to remove the yellowing. Now we're going to move on to removing the Salon Care 40 using some rejuvenator. Alright, so the next step in this restoration is to remove the creasing. We're going to be using the iron method to do so. So the first thing we're going to do is stuff these toe boxes. Alright, so in order for this method to work, you're going to want to place a wet rag over the toe box like this and carefully iron out the creases. One thing you guys should know about this process is you don't want to use a texture rag because it can potentially ruin the shoe by leaving a texture print on the toe boxes. I always recommend using a no t-shirt. Alright, so we got most of the creasing on the toe boxes removed. Check them out. The shoe's starting to look really good. So the next thing we're gonna do is move on to the leather. We're gonna prep it using some rubbing alcohol and some cotton balls. Alright, so the reason why we're going to be using rubbing alcohol instead of acetone is because these shoes are 31 years old and the leather on these are super fragile. Alright, so we got the leather on these fully prepped up. Now the next thing we're going to do is lay down these pre-mixed custom white and red colors that match exactly the 1985 colorway. We're going to start it with the off-white. Alright, so we're starting to see some good progress right here. Check them out. The difference on the toe boxes is day and night. Now we're going to move on to the side panels on the shoe. Okay, so we got the white laid down on all three sides. Now the next thing we're gonna do is move on to the red color. Alright guys, so the more I look at the shoe, I thought I was almost done, but I'm not too happy with the results on the white. It was supposed to be an off-white, but the more I look at it, it looks too white. So I'm just going to go ahead and redo the white with a more vintage color. Shoe's about 95% done. All we're gonna do is spray them with the matte finish, come back, and wash the laces. Nice and messy for everybody. Alright, so the last thing I gotta do to finish these off is spray them with some rejuvenator shoe and foot deodorizer. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap it up on this full restoration of these 1985 original Chicago ones. Just check out the before and afters. Big old difference. I started this restoration using Rejuvenator's 3-brush 4-ounce kit Then I moved on to repainting these uppers using these pre-mixed red and off-white colors. Then finished it off spraying some rejuvenator shoe and foot deodorizer. All that stuff is available at rejuvenator.com. Make sure to use my promo code in the description below. The 85 original Air Jordan 1 is easily one of my favorite shoes to work on. I worked on several pairs from Royals, multiple pairs of Breds, multiple pairs of Chicagos, some of the metallic pairs as well, and my favorite, the Kentuckys. I even brought a couple pairs from my collection to show you guys as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel because we got a lot of dope customs and restorations coming your way. Also, leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you guys thought about this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next Monday.